The film begins in Burma amidst the harrowing political protests of the Saffron Revolution. The nation is engulfed in terror as the Burmese army launches a ruthless campaign of fear and violence. In Thailand, 2 decades after his ordeal in Afghanistan, Vietnam War veteran John Rambo leads a solitary, quiet life. He makes a living catching snakes, fishing, and ferrying people along the Salween River. His tranquil existence starkly contrasts with the violence he once endured. Rambo delivers his captured snakes to Mesa Snake Village, where snake charmers entertain the crowds. The owner demands a switch from cobras to pythons to increase profitability. Rambo is approached by Michael Burnett, a compassionate missionary doctor seeking his assistance to cross the Salween River. Michael, along with his fiancée, Sarah Miller, and a group of missionaries, plans to deliver medical aid to a village of the Karen people in Burma. Initially, Rambo refuses the request and walks away from Michael. Sarah attempts to persuade him, but he remains resolute, wary of the mission's dangerous repercussions. Meanwhile, under the brutal command of Major Pa Thi Tint, a ruthless SPDC officer, the Burmese army unleashes young men into a field only to slaughter them. The violence extends to Takatar village in Pupan district, where the village is razed, innocent lives are taken, boys are forcibly conscripted, and women are enslaved. The peaceful land turns to another battlefield of horror and despair. Later that night, moved by Sarah's earnest plea for help, Rambo reluctantly agrees to ferry them up the river. Their journey begins early the next day. Curious about Rambo, Sarah questions him about his origins. Rambo reveals that he hails from Arizona and shares his military background. Sarah talks about her educational background, but their conversation is interrupted by Michael, who inquires about the remaining distance to cross the river. Their journey becomes perilous when pirates intercept their boat, demanding Sarah in exchange for passage. With no other option, Rambo unleashes his lethal skills, killing the pirates and ensuring the group's safe passage. Michael protests Rambo's actions, and Rambo suggests averting the mission after witnessing the dangers firsthand, but Sarah insists they continue. Upon reaching the shore, Michael asks Rambo to return as they will use the mainland route for their return. The missionaries make their way to Clawcabelo village, where they are greeted with joy and praise. Rambo stops by the pirates' boats, cleans up the crime scene, and burns the boats, haunted by his actions. Meanwhile, Sarah and the other missionaries distribute resources to the villagers, read the gospel, and attend to their medical needs. Sarah meets Michael tending to a patient and empathizes deeply with the villagers' plight. Abruptly, the tranquil village is ambushed by the ruthless forces of Major Tint. The peaceful lives of the villagers are shattered as they face a brutal and merciless onslaught. The surviving missionaries, including Sarah and Michael, are captured amidst the chaos. The soldiers drag their captives back to their SPDC light infantry base camp, their cries for mercy falling on deaf ears. The once vibrant village now lies in ruins, a stark reminder of the horrors inflicted by Major Tint's regime. Meanwhile, Rambo is haunted by the memories of previous wars, his psyche tormented by the ghosts of his past. The echoes of gunfire and screams plague his dreams, leaving him restless and disturbed. He tries to find solace in his solitary life, but the peace he seeks remains elusive. His troubled sleep is interrupted by an unexpected visit from Arthur Marsh, the pastor of the missionaries' church back in Thailand. Arthur brings grave news of the missionaries' capture and desperately seeks Rambo's help once more to retrieve them. Understanding the gravity of the situation, Rambo agrees to embark on the dangerous rescue mission. This time, he is tasked with leading a group of mercenaries, each with their own set of skills and expertise. Among them are Lewis, a former SAS soldier and the team's leader, and Schoolboy, a highly skilled sniper. Despite initial resistance from Lewis, who doubts Rambo's ability to contribute to the mission, Rambo's resolve remains unshaken. His determination to rescue the missionaries is unwavering. The mercenaries navigate through the devastation left by Major Tint's forces. The sight of destroyed villages and the remnants of brutal massacres fuel their resolve. As they survey the carnage, they spot a truckload of prisoners being tormented by soldiers. With precision and swiftness, Rambo uses his iconic bow and arrow to strike down the soldiers, freeing the prisoners and giving them a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness. Witnessing the horrifying sight, the mercenaries are filled with fear and doubt. However, Rambo's determination is unyielding. He stops Lewis and reinforces their commitment to the mission, reminding them of the importance of rescuing the innocent lives at stake. Under the cover of night, Rambo and the mercenaries infiltrate Major Tint's heavily guarded camp. Moving with precision and stealth, they rescue the remaining prisoners, including Michael. The mission is fraught with tension, each step taken with the utmost care to avoid detection. Lewis notes that their time is running out and suggests leaving before Rambo rescues Sarah. Schoolboy, however, insists on waiting for their return, showcasing his unwavering loyalty and belief in Rambo's abilities. Rambo successfully rescues Sarah, but their escape does not go unnoticed. Major Tint's soldiers, alerted by the commotion, take aim at them. In a critical moment, Schoolboy comes to their rescue, providing cover fire that allows Rambo and Sarah to make their escape. As they navigate the perilous terrain, Sarah injures her foot, prompting Rambo to attend to her injuries. His experience in the field allows him to quickly and efficiently treat her wound, ensuring that they can continue their journey. Major Tint, enraged by the infiltration of his camp, orders his soldiers to relentlessly pursue Rambo's team. The chase continues into the next day, with the soldiers hot on their trail. An explosion, triggered by a booby trap, injures Lewis's foot, further complicating their escape. The soldiers, alerted by the explosion, close in on their location. With search dogs in tow, they scour the forest, determined to track down their prey. Rambo's tactical ingenuity comes into play as he devises a plan to mislead the soldiers. He tears a piece of Sarah's cloth and ties it to his shoe, using her scent to divert the search dogs. Rambo instructs Schoolboy to keep their course and fire a shot in the air. Rambo runs in a different direction, leading the soldiers away from the main group. He sets up a tall boy bomb and lures some of the soldiers towards it. The explosion is devastating, the impact reverberating across the vast forest. Despite this, Major Tint's forces remain relentless, capturing Lewis and the other mercenaries, leaving only Rambo, Sarah, and Schoolboy free. During their capture, the mercenaries endure brutal torture, their resolve tested to its limits. Major Tint, reveling in his perceived victory, orders their execution. Just as the soldiers are about to carry out the grim command, Rambo launches a ferocious attack. Armed with an M2 Browning-equipped technical vehicle, he unleashes a torrent of bullets, decimating the soldiers. Their arrival turns the tide, the combined forces overwhelming Major Tint's soldiers. The once oppressive camp becomes a battlefield, the sounds of gunfire and explosions echoing through the air. In the midst of the chaos, Rambo focuses on one objective: to bring down Major Tint and put an end to his reign of terror. In a climactic showdown, Major Tint attempts to flee, but Rambo intercepts him. The confrontation is swift and brutal, a testament to Rambo's combat prowess. With a final, decisive blow, Rambo kills Major Tint with his machete. In the aftermath of the confrontation, Sarah searches the scene, desperate to find Michael. Amidst the chaos and the wounded, she spots him. Their reunion is filled with relief and gratitude, their shared ordeal forging an unbreakable bond. Rambo, observing from a distance, feels a sense of satisfaction. Seeing Sarah and Michael together rekindles a spark of hope and purpose within him. As the dust settles, Rambo bids Sarah farewell. His journey, filled with violence and redemption, has come to a pivotal point. Reflecting on the events that transpired, he decides to return to the United States, leaving behind the shadows of his past.